Hey everybody, welcome back to another Crypto Tax Girl video. My name is Joe Howe. I'm the head of operations here, and today we're going to be talking about ordinals. This is a hot topic for 2023. It was the new thing in 2023 that a lot of people got into, but nobody really knows how to figure out the tax side and the tracking side of these things right now. So I myself did get into ordinals as well, so I kind of have that background knowledge of how they work, and I'm going to show you how they get imported in coin tracking. And I've actually checked other softwares as well, Coinly, Crypto Tax Calculator. They all pull in the same, but you do need to do some manual work to make sure that things get treated correctly and that you're tracking things properly. So we're going to jump into coin tracking here, and I'm going to show you exactly what you need to know, everything that you need to know for ordinals. So under the enter coins, the first thing that you're going to do is go to Bitcoin API imports, and you're going to import two things here. So you've got your Bitcoin address and you've got your ordinals address, right? If you have an Xverse or a Unisat, this is the familiar format. So I'm going to go over here, and I've got a Bitcoin address from an Xverse wallet. I'm going to put the address here, and then I'm going to put the address as the label as well. And then I'm going to put Xverse Bitcoin wallet. Okay, that's going to load in. And then I'm going to do that second piece of it, which is the ordinals address, because you're going to pay for things with the Bitcoin address, and the ordinals are going to get sent to the ordinals address. So we need both pieces of that to be able to properly track things. So then here I'm going to put my ordinals address, and in the label you can copy and paste the address, but it's not going to paste the whole thing. It doesn't have enough character space. So as you can see here, it's only pasting this, but it'll still help us identify which address we're working with. And then I'm going to do ordinal Xverse Bitcoin. You can label it whatever is going to help you, decipher the two. So then I'm going to do import all Bitcoin transactions, activate job, and that's going to pull through as well. Once those wallets are loaded in, you'll know by this imports 1 here down in the lower left corner of each import. That just tells you that it imported all the way through and pulled the transactions through. So then what we can do is go under reporting, and we'll go to trade list, and I'm going to change to full view in that left corner there, and then I'm going to type in Xverse, because if you'll remember, I labeled each exchange as they're put in coin tracking, each wallet as Xverse, something or other. That way, when I search Xverse, they both pop up. So I've got the Xverse Bitcoin wallet, and then I've got the ordinal Xverse Bitcoin. So then we're going to manage columns. I'm going to put in 4, 8, 10, 11. I'm going to take out 20, 21, and I'm going to add in 18. All right, then I'm going to filter oldest to newest. I'm going to export this as a CSV. And then I'm just going to import this into Google Sheets. You can do this in coin tracking, or you can do this in Excel, whatever program you like using. I'm just going to do it in Google Sheets here. I'm going to do a quick formatting on this, just kind of the way I like to see things. Open that up. And then something you'll notice about here, so I added in this trade ID column. This is going to be very helpful for us, because it's actually going to pull up specific transactions on the Bitcoin blockchain. So if I type in, block share, and I grab that transaction, it'll pull up that transaction for me. So again, it's going to give you the address to start, and then it's going to give you the transaction hash afterwards. So that'll come into play later. But for now, this is what we're working with. So as you'll recall, we've got 2 wallets associated with ordinal activity, right? You've got the Bitcoin wallet, where you're going to send funds to, and then you're going to pay for things with. And then you've got the ordinal wallet, which I'll actually just show you the ordinal wallet, where the ordinals are going to get sent to. And you'll notice here, all of these just are a super small deposit of a super small amount of sats or a super small amount of Bitcoin, right? That's actually ordinals being deposited into that ordinal wallet address. So what we're going to need to do is we're going to need to properly label things and attach cost basis, the correct cost basis to each transaction, right? So you'll see here, if we go up, Bitcoin was deposited into the Xverse Bitcoin wallet. Then we've got a little bit of Bitcoin going out. And then you can see we have a ordinal being deposited in. So this Bitcoin was most likely sent out, and these are the, this would become the cost basis of this ordinal that got deposited into the wallet. So we're going to go and take a look at these in Ordiscan, and then we're going to properly label them in coin tracking. So we got to use Ordiscan because we have most of the data that we need through coin tracking, through what we exported, but the one thing we don't have is which ordinal is being purchased or which ordinal is being, deposited into this ordinal address. So that's where we'll use Ordiscan to figure that out. So the first thing that we need to do is get the ordinal address, and if you remember, we put that into the importer here. And remember, the label only goes out so far, so you do need to grab the actual address from the import. And we'll put that in here, and that's going to look up the address, and it's going to show you the inscriptions or ordinals that are on this specific address. So then you can go to activity, and this is going to show you the newest first and the oldest down at the bottom. So we can match up two ways, one by date. So we'll see these two transactions have a date of 2/02 on January 10th, 2024. And so we'll see that date right here. So that tells me that this inscription applies to these two transactions. Another way that you can do this is through the transaction hash, which is going to be shown to you. Is going to be shown to you right here. So there's the full transaction hash. It ends in 545, and you'll notice in what we exported, I added this trade ID, and that is going to show you. So it's going to give you the wallet address or a portion of the wallet address first, and then it's going to show you the transaction hash right there. So those two match up, so you can kind of do it that way as well. Whichever works for you. The date's pretty easy, but if you wanted to be sure and use the transaction hash, then you can do that as well. So then we're going to click into this inscription and see what it is. So this is a bitmap. So this is 825.186 bitmap. So that tells me that these two purchases or these two transactions were associated with the purchase of a bitmap. So I'm going to go to the Enter Coins page. And this is where it gets a little dicey or more manual, kind of annoying, but this is, as of right now, the best way to do it, or the most proper way to do it. So you're going to duplicate this, you're going to withdraw this and deposit that Bitcoin into an OTC account, or you can label that whatever you want. You could label it as, ordinal purchases, whatever works for you. So that's going out. Then, since we get deposited a super small amount of Bitcoin, we want to just take that out of the purchase price. That way we, because otherwise we're going to have to treat these deposits as staking rewards. That would be the most by the book. So you can either just treat these as staking, or you can go this route. So you'd withdraw the Bitcoin into the ordinal purchases. You'd subtract these two. So I'll do that in my sheet here. So I'm going to take this minus the deposit. So this is the total number that was used to purchase the bitmap. So I'm going to go trade that BTC for one bitmap. And I'm going to label it bitmap 1. And then I'm going to put the actual bitmap number here so I can identify that at a later date. If I sell, I know bitmap 1 was associated with, bitmap 825.186. So I'm going to duplicate that. Then I need to duplicate the bitmap to be withdrawn from ordinal purchases. and I need to deposit the bitmap into the Ordinal Xverse Bitcoin wallet. Then I can take this and duplicate this amount to come from that Ordinal purchases wallet or account that we made to track the purchase. So I know that's a lot of work for one purchase, but if you really did want to go by the book, this is the best way to do that. Like I said, the other way, you could just do a trade here, withdraw the bitmap. Well, I'll just do it for you guys. So instead of doing it this way, we would delete all this. We would delete all of this. You could just edit this to a trade for one bitmap, one, and then we would still put the unique identifier in there, and then I would just treat this as a staking amount, and then I would withdraw. I would withdraw the one bitmap from the Xverse side, and I would deposit that bitmap into the Ordinal side. So those are the two ways you could do it if to be really by the book. Treating these as staking might add up if you're really deep into Ordinals. Weigh your decision. Do you want to spend the time to do that for every transaction, or do you want to make it a little faster and just treat these as staking? It's totally up to you on that. So yeah, then I would know that these transactions are good, and I would just go through this entire sheet and fix up every single transaction. And then you'd also be doing the same thing, but the inverse of it on the sale side. So you would see Bitcoin go into the Xverse side, and then you would see that Ordinal come out on the Ordinal side. So I'm not going to walk through that in this video. I might do that in a later video, but I just kind of wanted to get this out so people knew how to start tracking this stuff and what to do about their Ordinals activity. This is really the best we can do right now. Once these importers get better on the coin tracking side and whatever crypto tax software you're using, hopefully they'll take a lot of the manual process out of this. But for now, this is kind of what we're working with. It is such a new thing that I wouldn't be surprised if it takes another year to get all this stuff figured out. But this was the same with NFTs on ETH, and now a lot of that manual work is taken out by the importers. So just kind of have to be patient and deal with the manual work for now. If you do need help with this stuff, please do not hesitate to reach out to myself or Laura. We do have free consultations open for the remainder of probably January, February, and March. I'll leave links to our consultations in the video.